Hello, it's Lee here. I've made this beautiful little barn door notebook holder for day 16 of dephemerember. Packaging, index card booklet, and my animal is a flamingo. Hi, it's Lee. Welcome back to my channel for day 16 of dephemerember for 2022. Dephemerember is hosted by Barbara from 49 Dragonflies and Luise from Junk Journal Art. So we've got prompts for every day up until the 25th, and this one is for today, the 16th. So packaging and index card booklet. Okay, now of course the first thing I thought of when I thought of packaging was brown paper or like Amazon envelopes, that sort of thing. But then I thought, well, there's all sorts of other packaging that we can use, such as egg cartons, cereal boxes, cellophane, deli paper, tissue, medication boxes, soap wrappers. I've got a few things here. This is what my cutlery was in when I had lunch at the restaurant just recently for my birthday. Craft string spools. I kept that because I thought it looked like a ticket template, so there's something. Here's the backing of a package of adhesive ribbon. Paper flowers, that's a good size card. Envelopes is another form of packing. And then one that was right under my nose all the time was the packaging that comes when you buy something from the Ranger, like the Tim Holtz stuff. So I had been using cutting die cut flowers with the packaging, so I had some of that on my desk just floating around. So I bought some new dies just recently. I was trying them out, so I have the piece of paper packaging that was left over from that, and I'd also managed to cut some tags with my tag punch out of another piece. So what I'm going to make today is a booklet with index cards. I'll cut probably this piece down, and it'll be decorated. It'll have some sort of tag on it, and on the front it's going to have two doors, and when you open the doors there'll be a notepad or a booklet inside. Now that piece of card that I had that was going to be my base ended up being too narrow, so I've changed to this one. Put it to the right size. I take ½ an inch off it, so about ¼ of an inch off each side. So that's where my doors will be. I need to cover this, and I found a piece of paper that I've gel printed, and it's got a nice grungy patina to it. So I'm going to glue this down because I'm going to stitch around this, so it doesn't really matter too much how well it glues on. Okay, so that has been stitched around, and then I just poke my finger through where the little hanger thing was on the card, and then I've really roughed up that paper around the edge there, grunged it up. Oh, there's a bit of white still there, get rid of that. It's walnut stain I've done that with. Okay, so that's ready to move on to the next step. So it needs grungifying, and I think it's grungy as it is, but it's not the right colour. So this is gathered twigs. I'm going to spray some of that on it. I've got 2 fresh cards. And I actually think that I will stick two together to make them a bit stronger, because I want them to look like barn doors sort of thing. What do you call them? Saloon doors or something. So I'm just going to chop the corner off. So they're sort of tag shaped, if you know what I mean. So they'll look like that. And I need to glue another one onto the back of each one and then cut them as well, so I'll do that. So I have my two doors. Yeah, so I think I'll just start with the twigs and a ground espresso. I think I can use peacock feathers on this. I think that would go okay. Just a little. Dampen that. Get it to run. A little bit more ground espresso there. Just going to put them together and then flip this over. Oh, that's dark. I'm getting that greeny colour coming through all the time. Okay. So let's get some brushed corduroy onto this little block. Let's get it onto here. They look. And this here I think needs just a little bit of tying in, a little bit of this brushed corduroy on here, just a touch. This is going to have some stamping and some collaging on top of it. I'm not doing anything with the back. Whatever happens to the back in the course of working on the front is just going to be staying there. I've just applied some more vintage photo and brush corduroy to these insides of them, and I'm going to dry that off. So I've used faded jeans and this stencil here to get that effect onto the inside of the doors. I've cut some hinges, so calico hinges. They might need to be cut down a little bit. I'm not going to do anything with them, I'm just going to leave them natural. So they're ready to go. I just want to put a little bit of stamping on these, maybe a bit of text or something like that. And I think I'll try and get some white stamping on there. So I have this little stamp. It's just got 4 little flowers and some dots on it. It's one of my favourites. Got it from the second-hand shop. It has, you know, it puts nice crisp images. Let me see there. And then I think I'll turn it over and do some on this side over the top of the birds. To glue the hinges on now. And this is going to be my notebook that goes on the inside there. hold it in, I'll just put a strip of something and then the book can just hang over it, a bit like a belly band. The book is 4.5, so this would need to be 5.5. What I should do is put a hard back on it. If I can make a hard back out of that, that'll make it easier for it to slide in and out. How's that? But I think I'll just leave it as it is. Maybe? Don't be slackly. Put something over it. Okay, I'll do that. What a good idea. Let's find a piece of book page. This one will do. I'm going to use the back piece because it's got nothing on it. That's going to go down there. Okay, so now that I've done that, it needs to have something to cover up the spine. Fray it a little bit. There's my little booklet. This in. It's going to go behind there like that. I think if I just use this side on the up, glue down the brown side and put some stamping on it, that'll be enough. Put some blue around the edge of it just for something a bit different. And then I'm going to use walnut stain to do the rest of it. Just there. Well, it looks alright. And when it tacks up, I'm going to sew it on. I do, and that is just ink along this. It's got ink on it anyway from my dirty hands, my inky fingers. A little bit of blue maybe, just a touch, just on the top. And there, and there, and there. Here we go, and there. Stoppity stop. Okay, so I'll say that in a second. Need to put my little door handles on. Okay, I put the eyelets in off camera because normally I really have a problem doing them. I don't know what I do wrong. But these ones worked out perfectly, of course, because I wasn't filming. So I've got them in there. And I've got my, what I'm going to put on the front. So it's just a little scrap of paper, probably from Edith Holden, I think that one. And then I've got these, this is a bit of paper I made.
and I've got die cuts that are made out of Tim Holtz packaging, but I want to emboss them with some white embossing powder. Yeah, let's see how this goes, because yesterday when I used this thing I wasn't very good at it. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm doing it with white embossing powder. It's called, oh no it's not, I've picked the wrong one out. I've got, damn it, I picked the wrong one up. I thought it looked a bit different. I've picked up the clear gloss. Oh well, this one's going to be clear, have clear gloss on it, the other one will be white. Took me ages to find it too, and then I've got the wrong one. Okay, here we go, let's see how this turns out. It's really shiny. I'll just put it on top of, oh yeah, it looks nice. But I did want to do the white. That looks better. I thought that other stuff looked funny when I tipped it out. It was only when I went to say the colour of it that I realised it was the wrong thing. Oh, leave that off for a minute. Oh, that looks nice. It is more silver than a white. So I need to just glue these down now, and then I can attach the doors. Well, I'm continuing this on the next day. So I had a bit of a break, so everything is nice and dry. I have actually put my little collage onto the front of my doors, and my doors are ready to be attached, but I just want the tiniest little bit of some sort of spray on here. And also, as you can see, I did end up going over this one again. This is the one that I accidentally did with the clear embossing powder, so I've gone over it with the silver, but it's still a little bit patchy. It's fine. Alright, I have my watercolour. I've got a pink shade here, which I'm going to use. But I've been thinking about what I'm going to do with my flamingo. I really don't like the bird, and I don't want to put a bird. I don't even want to put it in there. But I thought of a way where I could get it in here where it at least upsets me. Well, I thought I did. If I can get that up. I just don't like it. So I'm just going to put it there so its head is poking around the corner. And it's not really going to upset me too much. So I'm just going to blend into the background there. I've got my pink, I've got my fan brush. Just going to activate or make it splatterable. I'm just going to put them aside to dry. Next thing I want to do is to put some decoration on this. I made this little cluster to go at the top here as a banner, and my little notebook is now going to be a book to write poems in. This is a book that I've been taking my mop-up pages from, and using, you know, and whenever I needed to protect my desk I was using that. So it is actually a poetry book, so I thought I would take advantage of that. And I've got a bit of text and a bit of plain paper here. I've got the title of the inside cover, and I thought it just needed a little bit of a lift, and something to make it just, I don't know, just to give it a little bit more dimension. It was looking a bit dull to me. So I added a little piece of white lace behind there, as well as some pink sari silk, and stitched them together on the machine. So all I've done is inked around the title. Now on the top of every page is this little thing, a book of poetry. So I'm going to glue that onto a scrap of paper, and then I'm going to glue it onto there, and then I'll be ready to adhere that to there and attach my thingies. Doors, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, the pink splatters didn't really work. They're hardly noticeable, so I need to do them again. Or splatter with something else. That's the same on both sides. That's a coincidence, isn't it? I think I like this side better. I just want the white behind it so it stands out a bit better. And I'm just going to tear around that. I'm not going to ink it though. I can see what everybody loves about this glue. It is really good glue. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down next. Might need to put some glue behind that there. The stitching doesn't catch there. And I'm not going to glue it down fully onto the page. I'm just going to leave it so it can become tatty looking. So that is, geez, I hope that's straight. I've really got a crooked eye. So what I will do is attach the doors, and then I'm going to splatter with something else. Maybe some white ink. Oh, that's not going anywhere, that one, so if it's crooked, that's too bad, so sad. So I'm going to use string. I'm going to tie this. I'm going left over right, right over left, and we can tie the doors shut. Nice little bow on there, like that. Same with this. Take a piece of string, and I'm just going to tie that around. One more time to be sure it's not going to fall off. Now trim them. Try and fray that a little bit more. Just going to unravel the string a little bit. I think some white ink will do for splattering. Because this ink is really old and it's gluggy on the bottom, it has a tendency to soak into the paper because I think it's a bit more watery than it should be. So perhaps another colour on there might look nice, just to break it up a little bit. Got some Victorian velvet and re-inker. Colour. Very similar to the sari silk. It's got a nice wet brush. Not real happy with the way my doors are sitting like that. I'm not sure why that is. But I guess it'll flatten down when it's put inside the journal. So I will just dry that off a bit. I've got this pink ink left. What can I do with it? I'll just put a little bit here. Now the final thing I want to do, which I should have done ages ago, but it's going to look awesome anyway, is I just wanted to put some text stamping on there and I forgot all about it. So I'm just going to go straight over the top of everything. Because it only needs to be the slightest little hint. I'm going to take that off the block and do a bit more down here. Under there, like that. I think it just needs a little touch in the corner. Doesn't have to be like a full row or anything. That's it. And I fixed the problem with I hadn't left enough room, So I just pulled the hinges off at the back and made the space a bit bigger. But this is it. Zoom out a bit so we get it all in. So it is a barn door, I suppose you'd call it. Booklet holder. That's made from the index cards. You open it up inside. Ta-da! Got a little book of poetry. It's held in with that. On the back, this piece of the book page just slots back in. Close the doors up. You can write your poetic thoughts down on that. Close back up, and can just sit into the journal. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this journey. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Oh, and yeah, I forgot the day. The day is number 16. Oh, nearly. So 6 and 1. So we can get it straight. Of course, it's not straight, but it's there. So the next one will be day 17, of course. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist and give me a thumbs up if you like what you've seen. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. So I'll say cheers from Australia. Hooroo!